2017 was by no stretch of the imagination a classic year for film, but as I was going back over my reviews for the year, I came to realise that actually, you know what?
We did get some good films out this year. We did get some films that I'll be happy to put on the DVD player the next time I get a quiet evening in. And whilst the bad and the bland far outweighed the good, that shouldn't take away from these shining lights in the darkness of mediocrity. Now, as always, I've restricted myself to films that were released in cinemas in the UK between January 1st and December 31st of the year 2017. I would also like to thank The Light of My Life for coming with me to see all these films, and Script Gremlin for taking my half-formed thoughts and turning them into actually workable scripts. With that said, here are the top 10 best films of the year 2017. Number 10. Two middle-aged people roaming around Berlin in the 1940s, leaving postcards stating that Hitler is a rotter and that no good will come of him, ends pretty much the way you would expect it to. But the main characters know that and go around with a sense of destiny. Well shot, acted, and with an impressive cast, Alone in Berlin proves not only that World War II has limitless stories to tell, but that you don't need guns, explosions, and hundreds of millions of dollars to do it. What happens when superheroes get old? When the injuries don't heal as quickly as they used to and everything that they fought for seems to have evaporated like a desert mirage? When you have two amazing actors and an insanely talented breakout turn? When your budget is low enough that the studio butts out and the success of Deadpool means that a rating higher than 12A is no longer a dream but an attainable, realistic goal? A film that doesn't have the slightest interest in explaining the convoluted X-Men movie timeline? You get Logan. As perfect a send-off to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine as it's possible to imagine. Every year I try to put one film on the top 10 list that has done something unique, or has some innovative gimmick that pushes cinema forward in some small way, and in 2017 we were blessed with two. Lost in London features Woody Harrelson finding himself in a misadventure in London that winds him up in prison. The gimmick? It was done live. One camera, one city, one take, using multiple locations, actors, and actually going out into the world. On a night when half of London was closed owing to a World War II bomb being located in the Thames. It was part satire, part mea culpa, part site-specific, one night only art installation, and you'll never see it, as the film was broadcast live once and there are no plans to release it online or via DVD ever. Unlike Loving Vincent, which you'll soon be able to watch to your heart's content, and you really should, as the world's first fully painted animated feature film whereupon each of the film's 65,000 frames is an oil painting on canvas using the same technique as Van Gogh, created by a team of 125 painters. You can buy them online if you'd like. The film follows a man trying to deliver a letter and getting dragged into the riddle of Vincent van Gogh's last days in a kind of Agatha Christie style mystery, which is not completely a good thing. It's like watching a dream. If it doesn't pick up Best Animated this year, it's the biggest Oscars mistake since, well, last year, really. Nobody expected the Lego Movie to be good. Hell, it was expected to be that year's Emoji debacle, but instead turned into one of the best big-budget Hollywood animated films I've seen since... was Kubo and the Two Strings a big-budget Hollywood film? Anyway, it was fun, fast-moving, and a satire whilst being a love letter, questioning the whole idea of Batman while showing real love and affection for the character. It's just a shame that the Lego Ninjago Movie was such a letdown. Looking back over my review for this film, I think it's fairly safe to say that I blew it, but that's not entirely my fault. This is such a unique film that you could watch a dozen reviews and come away with a dozen different opinions, every single one of them correct. Its IMDb plot description of a couple's relationship is tested when uninvited guests arrive at their home, disrupting their tranquil existence, barely even scratches the surface of what's going on in this film. My original criticisms still stand. It needed longer takes and to take the camera off of Jennifer Lawrence's face every once in a while, but this is a film that everyone with even a passing interest in films should watch once, before watching like 100 cute puppy videos. Back in 2014, an immigration lawyer pointed out that under current UK law, Paddington would most likely be deported back to Peru or held in a detention centre. Since he was not fleeing persecution, the little bear would be refused asylum, nor would the Home Office believe he was a minor owing to his lack of paperwork. But on a happier note, Paddington 2 is pretty much the perfect children's film, with its blend of charm, wit and sweetness, the perfect antidote to grim, depressing blockbusters. I laughed, I cheered, I was charmed, and cannot wait for Paddington 3, Paddington with a Vengeance. Now this is how you make a Fast and Furious film. Lots of lovely practical effects, incredible car chases, snappy dialogue, a soundtrack that I still play the hell out of 6 months later, and loads of memorable characters. A completely unexpected and fantastic ride of a movie. On the back of this, I'm going to have to get used to saying Ansel Elgort though. Damn it! The breakout film of the year and a worthy nominee of the best performance by an actor in a motion picture, musical or comedy Golden Globe. No, me neither. This film has started a hell of a lot of conversations and is a very effective horror movie to boot. Part Stepford Wives, part sequel to Being John Malkovich, I really loved it. I just feel that a downer ending might have made more sense with the film's themes and feelings a little bit more. Would also have gotten it number 1 on this list as well. Satire at the cinema is pretty much extinct. Hell, the last good satirical movie was Four Lions way back in 2010, but this is a very different beast. Four Lions didn't almost start a war with Russia after all. The film tells the story of what happened in the USSR after the death of Stalin, with a few liberties taken, and racks up a ferociously high body count whilst doing it. Brilliantly acted and scored, I can't help but wonder where Armando Iannucci is going to aim next. Because there's no point in setting a satire in the present day anymore. I have a personal theory that 2049 is the number of people who saw this masterpiece, of which approximately 2048 were film critics, and one was a film critic's dad who wanted to see how much better the original was. It isn't. Which is a shame, as this is an incredible work of art. It made me feel like this was a real world, an oppressive, dark world, with a film noir vibe that made a virtue out of the fact that Ryan Gosling refuses to speak in sentences, and Harrison Ford just looks done with this whole film thing. The soundtrack made me feel like there were these huge clanking machines just passing over my head. An incredible experience, not just a movie. Every frame a painting, every image striking in its own way, every location distinct and unique and flawless performances throughout. Watch this on the biggest screen you can and enjoy a truly unique experience. But what did you guys think, and what was your number 1 film of 2017? Comment below, let me know. Daniel, it's been a dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.